What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the bilingual stock market channel again. Let's go ahead and talk about some stocks and about what happened today in the markets. And today we had yet again another red day, but not across the board, because the Dow Jones went up today 0.08%, but the Russell 2000 went down today 0.52%, Nasdaq went down 1.20%, and the S&P 500 went down 0.39%. Today we had some sort of quiet day, low volume day without a bunch of volatility. So the trading session unfolded within, when it comes to the S&P 500, within a 70 or 60 point range. So we had some sort of quiet day today, and we can make the case that the markets didn't find any good reason to either go higher or lower, despite the fact that we closed the day in the red, but we didn't have, the regular minus 3% or minus 4% red day in the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq. And as of now, we have a lot of news coming back and forth, guys, throughout the weekend. Goldman Sachs stated that they are expecting the S&P 500 to close this year at 4,300. How about that, guys? Keep in mind that the S&P closed today's trading session at 4,000 points. That implies that, according to Goldman Sachs, what's our upside potential for the rest of the year? 300 points? That's a 3 or 4% upside potential. So a very bearish estimate from Goldman Sachs throughout the weekend. JP Morgan also said today that the markets are pricing in, get these guys, a 70% likelihood for a recession to occur in the US. And also JP Morgan said that the markets are being extremely bearish as of now. And you guys know that for the most part, whenever the markets bottom out after having gone through a correction or through a crash, the markets usually bottom out when the bearish sentiment is at its peak. I am not calling out a bottom. I'm just saying that, according to JP Morgan, the markets are being extremely bearish as of now. So take it for what it's worth. Also, today, we had a bunch of upgrades when it comes to Chinese stocks. Alibaba, Neo, Tencent, and so forth were upgraded. So now the big question is this going to be the end of the China FUD? I don't think so, but well, let's see what happens. I am going to go over in this video Neo and Baba to give you guys further details about their upgrades. Keep also in mind, guys, tomorrow we are going to have a very, let's say, hot day when it comes to the Federal Reserve at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. James, the slayer of Bullard is going to be talking somewhere, I don't know where. So you guys can expect some sort of volatility pre-market, because obviously Bullard is going to say that inflation is getting out of control and that the Federal Reserve needs to hike interest rates up to 50%. And you guys know what I am talking about, right? So expect some sort of volatility before the market opens. Then at 2 p.m., we have another member of the Fed. I don't remember exactly who is going to be talking. I think that at 2 p.m. we have the president of the Federal Reserve of Philadelphia. Don't quote me on that. I am not really sure about that. And at 2 p.m., Jerome Powell is going to be giving an interview to the Wall Street Journal. I don't know. I am not certain if that interview is going to be broadcasted live or not, but at some point throughout this week, we are going to find out what Powell said during that interview. Keep also in mind, guys, very important from a recession standpoint, that tomorrow we have the earnings report of Home Depot. Depot is considered some sort of gauge of the economy. So the markets are going to be paying close attention to whatever Home Depot or the upper management of Home Depot says when it comes to a possible recession in the U.S., inflation, their commercial guidance. Are they up guiding, or are they posting a very weak guidance? That is going to be very important when it comes to the narrative about a possible recession here in the U.S. And at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to have the retail sales report of April. So the markets are going to also be keeping a close attention to that, because if that report happens to come out way weaker than expected, And you guys know what the big financial media is going to be stating. They're going to be saying that a recession is coming and, run for the hills. So keep a close watch on tomorrow pre-market to the commercial guidance of Home Depot because Depot is posting earnings pre-markets. We also have retail sales at 8:30 a.m. and we have at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time James, the Slayer of Bulls, Bullard, talking. So we're going to have some fun tomorrow, according to my opinion, guys. Crude oil went up today, guys, 3.21%, and it closed the trading session at $114.04. So we got very weak economic data coming out from China overnight. And apparently, this is a rumor. I am not up 100% certain about this. Someone told me that the Chinese government apparently committed to open back up the country at 100% by June 1st. So that's obviously good news for the price of oil. So gold went up today 0.82%. Silver went up 2.48%. The 10-year Treasury yield keeps on pulling back. This is good news for the bulls, guys, because you know that the 10-year Treasury yield is an inflation indicator, and the fact that the TNX is pulling back is good news, even from a mechanical standpoint, guys, when it comes to the markets, because most of the algorithms out there are designed to sell out of higher multiple stocks, tech stocks, and so forth whenever the 10-year Treasury yield goes up. So as I just said, this is good news for the bulls. Today we had the VIX going down, guys. So we had the VIX going down 4% in a day when we had the major indices going down as well. So we have some sort of divergence over here, and obviously that implies that the put options buying in the S&P 500 is not very hot as of now. So we can make the case that maybe the big money of Wall Street doesn't believe that it is necessary to keep on hedging as of now by buying put options, because the S&P 500 is down like something like 17-18% of the highs, and the X is down I don't know, like 27 or 28% of the highs. So this is also good news for the bulls, and I am quoting, like good news for the bulls. If we take a look at the sectors of the markets, the rally, no, we didn't have any rally today. We saw a rally when it comes to energy stocks because supposedly the Chinese are going to open back up China by June 1st. So the best performing sector today was energy, which went up today 2.64%. And other than energy, guys, the most defensive sectors of the markets were the ones that went up. So today we had healthcare going up 0.74%, also consumer staples going up 0.45%, and utilities went up 0.31%. And obviously we had a very weak day when it comes to the S&P and the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ 100 because the financial sector went down today 0.84%, and technology went down today 0.88%. And obviously the worst performing sector today, consumer discretionary, because once again Tesla and Amazon got absolutely killed. When it comes to the advances and declines distribution of today's trading session, today we had 4,296 stocks going down and 3,290 stocks going up. And when it comes to the trades that I took in today's trading session, not one, not two, but 3-day trades on Tesla, guys. Let me show you. So what you guys can see over here is obviously my Patreon. So it is written in Spanish, so you don't understand anything, but I want to tell you what I did. So earlier on today, as soon as the trading session opened, I purchased 35 shares of Tesla at $756. I ended up closing this trade in a very quick way. When Tesla saw its first pump up to $764. I ended up making over here $230. Then Tesla kept on dropping, guys, and I re-entered Tesla at $753, and I closed my second day trade at around $759. So with the first trade, I made $230, and with this second day trade, guys, I made $217. And then Tesla kept on dropping, and I kept on following up on the stock of this company, and I re-entered a third trade on Tesla at around $737, and I closed it at around $743. So this is the third trade that I closed, and I ended up making over here 220 more bucks. So in summary, guys, with these 3-day trades that I am showing you guys of Tesla, I ended up making today $688, and mind you, I made a fourth purchase before the trading session ended, and I purchased the 35 more shares. Let me see over here at $722. We will see $722.97. We will see what happens tomorrow with this last position that I opened before the trading session closed. So very solid day for me, guys. I have nothing to complain about. S&P 500 goes down today 0.39%, and it closed today's trading session at 4,008 points. Okay, I am going to pull up here the 5-day, 5-minute chart. And obviously, guys, we closed below last Friday's close. So this isn't bullish by any stretch of the imagination. So I am going to pull up here once again the 4-hour chart. But the fact, guys, that the bulls managed to close above 4,000 points is a positive sign. And obviously, a bear would say, yeah, but we closed below last Friday's close or closing price, and that's true. That isn't bullish by any stretch of the imagination. But since I am a bull and I like to see things glass half full, I can make the case that today we closed at a lower high, and we can also make the case that if the bulls start to consolidate slightly above 4,000 points, which happens to be a very important point, guys, a very important number. Let's just put it that way, a fat number, 4,000 points. So from a psychological standpoint and also from a technical standpoint, 4,000 points is very important. So we can make the case that if the bulls start to consolidate slightly above 4,000 points, and since they closed today's trading session making a lower high, they might be starting to make a bull flag. That if a bull flag happens to be completed, we might see another leg higher, maybe up to 4,160 points, which happens to be a previous support back from mid-March and also a previous support back from late February. So this would be positive for the bulls. When it comes to the most immediate task that both bulls and bears need to accomplish in the upcoming trading sessions, I would say that the most immediate task for the bulls is going to be reconquering, bursting above 4,060 points. This is a previous support back from early May. And in the case of the bears, they just need to take on 3,860 points. And I would actually say, guys, you guys know that over here we have a very important number. 3,850 points. At 3,850 points, the S&P or below this level, the S&P 500 is going to be entering into bear market territory. So breaking this support, 3,850 points to the downside, is going to represent a very big win for the bears because the S&P 500 is going to be entering into a bear market. Very, very important from a psychological standpoint for the bears. So the bulls need to take on 4,060 points and maybe try to close one trading session above that level. And in the case of the bears, they just need to bring the S&P 500 into a bear market. That would be that would be enough for them to keep us showing us that they are in absolute control of to keep on showing us that they are in absolute control of the S&P 500. The RSI of the S&P is at 42 points, so obviously we aren't, or the S&P is neither oversold nor overbought, so the S&P could go either way. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the NDX Nasdaq 100, which goes down today 1.18%. Most of the big tech stocks didn't do well today, guys. I'm talking about Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Tesla. So obviously, when that group of stocks go down in on one single trading session, you can make the case that the NDX is going to have a red day. So we can no longer analyze the Nasdaq 100 using a 4-hour chart. We need to look for a 3-year chart because you know that the NDX is looking very, but very ugly as of now. And taking into account today's close, guys, the NDX is 27% of the highs, Jesus Christ. So today we can, and let me actually pull up here the 5-day, 5-minute chart and take a look, guys, at how the bulls managed today to defend tooth and nail, I can say, 12,200 points. So the bulls held 12,200 points on 1 and 2 occasions. That's an important spot. And why is 12,200 points an important spot? Because we are talking about a previous support back from March of last year, and also a previous resistance back from October of, get these guys, 2020. So the most immediate line of defense for the Bulls is going to be 12,200 points. Therefore, this is going to be the main task for the Bears of the NDX. If 12,200 points happens to be broken to the downside, guys, we have once again a scary leg down over here, down to 11,800 points, a previous support back from November of 2020. So the main task for the Bears, taking on 12,000 points. And in the case of the Bulls, if you want to see the continuation of the relief rally that we saw on Friday, they need to fill the next gap up to 12,600 points. This is a previous support back from March of 2021. This would imply a relief rally of almost 4%. So this might be it, guys. Maybe the Bulls fill this gap up to 12,600 points. They started to consolidate slightly above 12,600 points, and maybe we can see another push higher, or maybe they fell at 12,600 points, and then we saw another dump in the case of the NDX. If we take a look at the RSI of the NDX on the 4-hour shot, 41 points, very similar relative to the S&P 500. So the NDX is neither oversold nor overbought. That implies that this index could go either way. NEO is going to be the first stock of this video, which went up today. And this is exceptional, guys, because take a look at this technical chart of NEO. Jesus Christ. So NEO went up today 1.68%, and it closed today's trading session at $14.55. And NEO was upgraded by Bank of America. So let me pull up here the information. So NEO was upgraded from neutral, and its price target was raised from $25 up to $26. So Bank of America securities analyst Min Soon Lee, I guess I am butchering his name, upgraded NEO from a neutral rating to a buy rating and raised the price target from $25 to $26, citing expectations for stronger sales in the second half of 2022. So this is good news for NEO. And let me show you what has been going on in the case of NEO. Guys, take a look. As of now, NEO is trading 80% of the high. So NEO is trading, guys, at the same levels that the stock of this Chinese company was trading at back in July of 2020. And now the question that we need to ask ourselves here is NEO the same company that it was back in July of 2020? Obviously, it isn't. NEO is selling way more cars, a greater number of cars relative to the cars that this Chinese company was selling back in July of 2020. So this might seem to be good news for NEO. From a technical standpoint, this technical chart is absolutely broken, clear downtrend. NEO is still trading below all the moving averages. So I am going to be keeping a close watch on this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $14.76, which happens to be the area in which the bulls of NEO failed at in today's trading session. So I'm thinking, guys, that if the bulls of NEO can take on $14.80-ish, therefore, if they can burst above this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, I think that they are going to be able to fill the next important gap up to $16. We are talking about a former support back from April. So if we were able to take a trade from $14.80-ish up to $16 or $16.20, we are talking about a 9% profit trade. So I think that NEO is going to be the stock that is actually going to be on the very top of my watch list in tomorrow's trading session, unless we happen to see another bloodbath in the Nasdaq. Keep in mind that NEO trades inside the Nasdaq, so if we happen to see another 2 or 3% red day for the Nasdaq, NEO is very likely to see more downwards pressure. But if tomorrow the Nasdaq happens to go up, and I see the bulls of NEO taking on $14.60, I am going to be jumping in order to try to fill this next gap up to $16 per share. And the last stock of this video is going to be Alibaba, another stock that was upgraded, I think that by JP Morgan today. So let me double check on that. So where is Alibaba? Let's see. So JP Morgan analyst Alex Yao, this guy must be Asian, I'm thinking, double upgraded Alibaba from an underweight rating to an overweight rating, citing increased clarity around regulations. That's good. So y'all believe the uncertainty surrounding Chinese stocks is no longer a cause for concern after the Chinese government announced it would ease its crackdown on tech companies at the end of April. The JP Morgan analyst upgraded several Chinese stocks, so other Chinese stocks were also upgraded. So the price target was adjusted from $75 up to $130. So that was a very generous upgrade for Alibaba, which went down today regardless, 1.72%, and it closed today's trading session at $86.48. And you guys know the story that we have been seeing in the case of Baba. This is the stock of this company is absolutely broken, clear downtrend below all the moving averages. This technical chart is 100% broken. However, and since we got good news today, and if the markets happen to have a positive day tomorrow, if we happen to see a turnaround Tuesday, watch out for this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart at around $90, guys, because I believe that if the bulls of Baba can take on $90 and good volume and momentum, they might be able to fill the next gap up to $96, which happens to be a previous support back from late April and also back from early March. If we were able to take such a trade with Baba, bursting above $90 or $91 ish, and if we can ride our shares up to 96 bucks, this would be a 6% profit trade. The RSI of Baba is at 51 points, so Baba is very healthy from a technical standpoint. The stock of these Chinese companies neither oversold nor overbacked. So this is a gap that could be easily filled if Baba happens to trade on good volume and momentum, as I just said. And with Alibaba, I am going to wrap up this video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind, guys, that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to this YouTube channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets. But we do things differently over here because we talk about the markets in two different languages, English and Spanish, so you can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses. It is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys tomorrow once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes, along with my good old friend Mario. Bye. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.